I'm going. Hi, everybody. I'm here doing announcements again. I know it's a new year, it's a new me, it's a new dawn, it's a new day. Yeah, no, everything's pretty much the same. Hi, this is Final Show Films. We do shit here, we tell stories. Sometimes, in order to tell good stories or just to be able to tell stories at all, you need money. So, this is the part where I ask you for money. Well, not really ask you for money, more say that money is available from you to be given to us should you feel so inclined. We're still going to be doing this anyway, even if you don't give us the money, because we can't help ourselves. It's a habit at this point, like Coke or something. This type of Coke, not the, although the sign language for, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. But if you would like to financially support us, you can go to patreon.com/fsfilms. That's our Patreon here for FS Films, as I'm sure you picked up by the URL. And you can join our other lovely contributors there. People like Samantha Bates, Trevian Alexander, and Elle, who are all part of our $25 a month tier. We appreciate them very much. We appreciate you for being here and watching stuff and watching me ramble, which I'm going to do in a little bit after we roll the credits. Let's roll the credits here, otherwise I won't.
We're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Final Show Films, where we're running in Grove or Green, the Changeling the Lost Chronicle that we've got going here. My name is Jack. I'm your storyteller for today. Really, I'm your storyteller pretty much every day for this campaign of Changeling. Mara's your storyteller for the other campaign of Changeling. We might bring that back some point. That's up to her.
But
I'm not her boss.
What about the other
What about the other one?
Oh shit, we've got a Monday night Changeling campaign too. I think Shawnee's in charge of that, or
Correct.
was, if it's still running. That
Yes,
might
it is.
shift
Still going,
over.
yes.
Okay, so that's still going. We got a lot of Changeling here, is what I'm saying. But I started it, so I get to be snotty about that once in a while, like
Amazing.
twice a month, maybe. Anyway, as your storyteller, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the rest of our crew here. I'm joined tonight by Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Megan Lansing, Draconic Ferris.
We're also joined by somebody just below Jeremy, Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara. I'm playing Liz, the Wise and Oracle.
On the overlay, Liz is Mara is above Jeremy.
You can say whatever the fuck you want. I'm looking at my screen. Thank you very goddamn much.
This is going to be so confusing for the people actually watching.
Right? Southeast of Jeremy, Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm playing Alana Spencer, the Ferris dancer.
Currently positionally the Texas of Final Show Films. I apologize very greatly. Holly.
Why?
How dare!
You're in the middle and at the bottom.
That is an insult.
I
Hi.
apologized.
I'm
It's not your fault.
Holly. I'm playing Lark, Beast Windwing.
There's literally the only thing you have in common with Texas. Don't worry. But with that in benchmark established, we'll say the Oklahoma of Final Show Films, Shawnee or William.
Not much better.
No, you know, above Texas and a little to the east.
Okay. Well, hi, I'm William or Shawnee, and I am playing Phage, the Ogre Gristle Grinder, and also my voice is not quite fully recovered from this cold that I never actually had.
Interesting. Okay. Yep. And Sen's here too.
I'm Sen. I'm playing Akujin, the Metal Flesh Blood Brute. ogre, and I was gonna say William was Oklahoma because there where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, but I guess up and to the left also works.
Why?
Up and to the right.
Oh, there you
Back to the left.
go. Back and to the left.
No, that was in Texas.
Astounding. But anyway, last time in Baltimore, the Motley Unlikely held some auditions at Lark's mansion for her latest and to date greatest project, forming a brand new entitlement to serve as a sort of advance warning system for the keyhold. A plethora of candidates all performed, all with at least a measure of success. Meanwhile, Liz shared the contents of the most recently acquired pre-Exodus letters with Phage, shedding a bit more light on some of the rumors of Baltimore's changeling-focused past, which Liz followed by a disturbing premonition of possible events in the future. Plans were also made for dinner and a conversation involving some, if not the entire Motley. But within the hedge proper, Akajin is running the prospective recruits for his entitlement, the Squires of the Broken Bow, through a series of harrowing confrontations masterminded by Baltimore's leading expert in terror, Will Starkers, the Autumn Witch of the Bitter Wind. As nearby, to where some of you are located, a radio clicks on. The ways of court and kingdom swiftly flow, and treachery breeds changes, as you know, so leave your principles up on the shelf when facing down a knife to kill thyself. Akajin, you've had some conversations and interviews, and the meat of the trial, however, all of them seem to have come with the idea that changeling society is valuable. Community is something that changelings need. Sticking together and working in tandem, both within their motleys, within their courts, and across court lines, has a merit to it. And all of them feel like they want to take specific steps to ensure that in tangible ways, what we've created here is protected. A line needs to be drawn in order to defend changelings and those around changelings in need of it. Which means that someone needs to back that line up with some piss and blood at certain points. That's the general vibe you've gotten from your conversations with all of these people as they've sort of cycled in and out and drifted through. But the guts of this trial that you've designed and gotten Will's assistance on is planning to take place in the hedge. You've got a list of candidates there. Who do you think Akajin would be sending through first?
Let me see here. Could you tell me what all courts they belong to again?
Yeah. Do you just want them
The
broken down by
keys-
season, or?
Yeah, Keys was winter or autumn.
Your winter candidates are, let me run a quick sorting here. And then there, okay. So you've only got one autumn candidate. That's the Keys.
Okay, Keys is autumn.
Right. You've got Chromeblank, who is spring. Bill Squires, Vision Kane, and Tony Loner are all summer. Direshine and this are both winter.
Okay. So his thought is to send his thought is to go winter, spring, summer, autumn.
Okay.
In that order, as often as many times as he can, and then as he loses possible candidates to keep going in that cycle as much as he can, even without winter or spring or whichever.
Right. Yeah. So basically, you'll have a full pass of 4 seasons, and then you'll have to go winter, summer,
Minus
summer,
autumn, and then
because you've only got 1 autumn and 1 spring.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just needs more Frankie Valley.
So winter first. So that would be Darshine,
Okay.
I think is winter, you said?
Mm-hmm. She steps into the hedge. The thorns and leaves pull back as you guys go through. The trod, because you set up catty corner effectively. Your property is on one angle, one corner of a street intersection, and on the southwestern corner from where you're located, there's a gap between some boards in an alleyway that opens up onto a minor but still established trod. And immediately you see a quartet of hobgoblins. Hobgoblins you recognize. Hobgoblins from the Winter War. Their features are somewhat exaggerated. Several of them have a long tongue hanging out of their mouth with that iron ring at the root of it. Leaping out. And you see her take a swift intake of breath as a narrow blade comes out in her hand. She's got a whole ass rapier. And waits. And you see there's not that self-sacrificial throw myself at this and just go down fighting as much as I can. She pauses and you see her shift her footing. 3 of them rush her while the other one draws back an arrow. She pivots to one side. The arrow shoots out and she manages to shoulder one of them into its path, catching the bolt on the back of its neck. And then with lightning swiftness, this rapier slashes across 2 throats, and she immediately retreats to a defensive position. She's given probably about 3 or 4 feet of ground, and 2 of her opponents are dead, with a 3rd one gurgling out. And then Will steps through the illusion of that archer. I mean, that was pretty good.
So, from my perspective,
Mm-hmm.
the fear test. I didn't witness whatever the fear test was, or was that
These particular enemies were chosen
okay?
for her.
Gotcha.
Yeah. As they melt away, and it's like, yeah, no, that was all illusion magic.
Yeah.
From Will. There aren't actually any hobgoblins here.
Yeah, and he'll nod to him and then walk up to her. What is Akujin's understanding of Winter's military preference? From our experience during the Winter War, is that they prefer to wait a baited trap and spring
Wait a baited trap?
in it.
Secretive assassin type.
Yeah.
Asymmetric warfare kind of situation. Yeah.
So yeah, he'll step up to her. Traps can only work if the enemy hasn't already seen through it and destroyed it. We have to be prepared to form a line when we need to. You did a good job.
Thanks.
Just-
You see her look down at her rapier blade, which literally has nothing on it. She didn't actually strike anything, as the illusion has dissolved. And she just kind of leans her shoulder down because she wears it across her back, actually, rather than at her hip. Sheaths that, gives you a little nod.
He basically had his arms crossed the whole time. Go on and wait by the dojo.
She'll hop back through the hedge gate.
And I'll let Will know who I'm bringing in next, and I'll go get them.
Okay.
It's going to be, so it would be spring, which is
Right. Chromeblank would be
Chromeblank.
your next one then. Yep.
Yep.
Um, who is the mean that lives under their mask is literally a kind of silvery jointed, like one of those figure drawing dolls, where you can pose them. They've got kind of the ball joints and stuff, but it's like a chrome shine finish on all of the surfaces. Their face is completely just featureless blank, with just the faintest little divots of where eyes or something would be. And they reflect a distorted mirror image of anything around them, largely when you're looking through the mask. And they step in, and you can see that as they come out, Will is taking a slightly more confrontational, direct approach. He's only had a few days to throw this together, and he's coming up with images for people on the fly.
Yeah.
And coming out is this literal cyclonic elementalish shape with arcs of electricity rolling through it, that looms above, and just reaches out, and an arc of lightning shoots at Chromeblank, who barely blinks, and just lets the bolt hit him in the chest. And you hear a faint chuckle. And then he pulls out two expandable batons, similar to the ones that you've seen Megan use before. Another bolt comes for him, and you can see there's electricity crackling down over his body. And they have definitely taken an amount of bashing damage from this. But they just reach one out and jam the tip of the other one in, and you can feel a pulse of magic go through. And they just ground the current, using themselves as a channel, employing some sort of insulatory ability. And the elemental literally is sucked down their own bolt of lightning through Chromeblank's shoulders and body, and dissipates into the ground of the hedge. There's a little, and you can see a faint crack has formed on the forearm. Well, not my best, but you can see when confronted with this level of violence, he was just unflappable. Took the time, calculated, can I take this hit coming, and said, yeah, and that's going to give me time to set something up, kind of thing.
Yeah, so I'll nod, and again walk forward, arms still crossed. No. Being able to face down fear without flinching is good. We just need to work on your tactical analysis. And he'll just like reach out and just sort of tap him on the shoulder with two fingers. Because if the elemental is a feint, you're dead.
Logical. Yes.
We'll work on solving the problem without taking it on the chin. And just pat him on the shoulder.
Okay.
And have him wait too. And then
so for summer, you've got Bill, Vision Kane, and Tony Loner. Bill, he's the smith. He does all of the hardware work for summer. Vision Kane is on is on the security detail for the Commons, frequently working the door. And then Tony Loner, is one of Leaffinger's direct motley mates.
I'm going to send Bill through first because of the three, he's the one that I have the least knowledge of his combat facility. Like I understand, I know about his ability with making things, but I don't know his ability of using the things he makes.
Absolutely. um, Bill steps in and just looks down the trod. You, having been here already twice, know what's changed. He's just looking out, trying to figure things out. And you can see he's got two kind of battle-ready hand axes that he pops out. But there's a large puddle in the middle of the trod now. Walks forward, kind of looking around, and then steps in it. And you can see he's searching up and eye level. He spared a faint glance to this shallow-looking puddle. So when he steps in it and it immediately sucks him up to his waist and begins rising from the far end and crashing down on top of him, threatening to engulf him, you just hear shit, glub, 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 and there's axes just going every single direction. And there's scattered bits of hedge stuff getting flung out, and eventually he scrambles his way free, kind of hacking at this puddle elemental mud whatever thing that Will Starker's released on him, and using his offhand as an anchor to sort of drag himself up out of this hole. His attention's kind of diverted, but he's definitely giving a decent reckoning of himself, and gets up and finally gets free of the thing, and it burbles away and just soaks all the way in, leaving just solid ground behind again. All right, you got me.
So I'm walking up to him. We have a tendency to run in head first. That's not what the squires are about. Our enemy's already at our doorstep or below our feet.
There will be sometimes we do get to run in head first.
There will
though.
be sometimes, yes.
Okay, yeah, no, but point well taken. For sure.
Yeah. Slap him on the shoulder.
Yep.
Go away
Yep.
with the others.
He like does the one thumb on the nose, snot rockets some mud out of his nostril. Okay. Bracing. Yeah. Okay. And he'll head out.
The thing that's really interesting is that the results are all kind of very emblematic of the courts and of how we need to correct for each court to be a more even-keeled entitlement. Kind of interestingly. Yeah, and then Keys is Autumn, right? Is our only Autumn?
He's your only Autumn applicant at this point. Yep.
Keys.
Okay. Keys walks in and the trod looks empty for the most part. But at some point, so the Keys he's got just a big heavy club in one hand, with kind of like a spiked mace sort of vibe to it. Starts slowly, methodically trudging his way down the trod. And then you hear whimpering off to one side. And he stops and he looks. And from the back, there is a figure, a human dressed in rags, looking very like worn and all hunched over, hair kind of down over its face. And the Keys just kind of pauses, glances at you, glances back at this humanoid figure seemingly in significant distress. Kind of narrows his eyes a bit, takes 2 steps forward. Need a hand? And you can tell he does not trust this thing at all. But he's trying to approach it with a level of empathy just in case. Because it's that sort of, okay, but if they know that it's a trap, then do they make it actually real so that there's something else? You can see him going for that. How deep down, how many layers does this go, And he takes another step forward after a moment. This thing is still kind of whimpering and crouched down. And then suddenly it whips around and it's just teeth down the front and leaps at him. And he just backhand swings this thing and baseballs it back into the hedge. And it just splats on a couple of thorns that jam through its body. And then it oozes down and dissipates. That was creepy.
I'm waiting to see if there's anything else that Will's cooked up that happens next.
Yeah, that's when the Briarwolves come out. There's suddenly a crack, and then two Briarwolves leap out of the thorns from the exact other side. But he comes around and one of them latches onto his shoulder and he just grabs it and holds it there and smashes one of them to a pulp and then jams the mace into the other one. Does a pretty decent representation of handling stuff as it comes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Walk up after everything's done. Walk up. Overall, good job. If it looks like a trap, it probably is.
Mm-hmm.
Slap him on the
Smells
shoulder.
like Starkers around here.
Yep.
As Will leans out. Hello, sucker. All right.
We're not.
So then we're going back to.
So I capped that one off with, "We're not alone. We fight together." Remember that.
Yeah.
Because I haven't told any of them that they couldn't ask me for help. I just haven't.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Haven't helped unless asked.
Yep. Yeah. No. He sees that and is like, okay. I said, all right. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, and I don't think we're gonna. I don't think we need to go through the others.
Yep.
So but yeah, I'll go through all of them, doing exactly the same thing. Not giving them the praise, the genuine praise for doing a good job, and then also loading it in with basically trying to lay in the philosophy that he has learned from the entitlement of tempering our worst natures as best we can.
Absolutely.
And where we can't, relying on others.
100%. Go ahead and give me I'll make it presence and expression. Just to give yourself an idea of what sort of impact you levy with this sort of analysis of their performances as they go through.
Would my leadership specialization and expressions apply?
100%.
Any of my status squires or status summer dots apply?
You can put status squires on this one. Okay. Definitely.
Full dots or just half?
Yeah. No, this is a squires event. Yeah, that'll definitely apply.
Presence expression +4. Two successes.
Yeah. They're a little right. They're a little focused in on their own internal analyses of their perceived successes and failures too. But those statements and that intent of this is not just for me to see what you can do, but this is also an opportunity for me to communicate what I'm hoping to build here, and that is definitely taking root in minds as the process goes on. But that runs you through most of the late morning, early afternoon, and yeah, at the end of the day, some of them might a fair number of them were quite surprised by the execution of the in-hedge trial. But everybody managed to do pretty solidly on their, once they've recovered from their sort of shock response in the whole thing. So
after having run them all through and given the last one a few minutes to sort of recover, gather them all up in the dojo. I put this building across from a trod for a specific reason, not just to make my trials easier. but so that we all have a permanent reminder that the thing we're guarding our friends, our family, our neighbors from is always right next door. It doesn't have to come from a trod. It can come from literally any rectangular shape thing you see. We can't be vigilant 100% of the time. It's impossible. But we have to be ready to fight and defend ourselves as well as our allies. And he brings up and he pulls his right hander off his back and places it tip down and activates the blade so that they all see him cutting his hand on it and the blood dripping down the blade. This entitlement comes with a cost. We bleed ourselves so that our allies don't. If you're ready to take up the blade, and I think all of you have the capacity for it, then I'm ready to teach you how. If you're still willing, stay. If not, there's the door. And I want to see if any of them leave.
Every single one.
Every single one.
Yeah,
That's valid.
Well, that was fun. Boop.
They were just here for the coffee.
Yeah.
One person gets up and leaves. And as he crosses the threshold, Will Starkers turns and says, well, it's a good group of people you got here, but I've got assignments that I've got to handle. So knock yourselves out, and once we're in trouble, we know who to call.
Thanks for the help.
I'm calling you guys Ghostbusters from now on. Deal with it. And he walks out.
Right. I will go ahead and begin investing. It's just a point of glamour, right, for the oath?
So the oath is going to be, that's something that will have to take place over a course of time.
Yeah.
So all of them will need to, there will be some ceremonies, and just because resources are as resources are, you can only really get 2 or 3 in per week. It's going to take some time to get this whole thing up and running because they're going to have to find their blades. They're going to have to go through the ceremony. They're going to have to do the either hunt the thing in the hedge or steal some blood from their friends, like you were told, you know.
Yeah.
You've got the recipe, but it's going to take them time to invest. But yeah, so we can handle that as it starts to go.
So,
and
yeah.
within
I will give them I'll give them the instructions. I was more talking about the actual, because as far as I'm aware, the pledge that I've put together for the squires.
Oh, you just want to do the pledge?
Creation of the token are 2 different things. Right?
Yes, those are 2 different things. They won't be full-fledged members of the squires until they have their swords.
Exactly.
But yes, you can get everybody pledged here. Everybody just has to spend a point of willpower. You have to spend a point of glamour to do a big group pledge all at once. Yep.
Yeah, that's the goal, because by bringing them into this pledge, I am making that promise that you will get your blade.
Yep. Absolutely.
So yeah, with the sword out in the middle of the group, I'll spend my point of glamour.
And then a point of willpower as well.
And a point of willpower. And then just expecting them, they're all changeling, so they know how this works.
Oh, yeah. No, you start it, they know exactly what's going down.
I swear by this broken blade that my sword arm will not rest until the enemies of this keyhold cease to be. Should I break this oath, may my bones bleach the shores of an unfamiliar beach beneath an unforgiving sun.
May all respond in kind. And yeah, I'm going to have to make some changes to the character sheets because they have moved from Broken Bow Potential to Squire.
Yeah, the pledge.
All right.
The pledge is in my entitlement section on my character sheet. And
fantastic. Yep. And I've got the handout for the Bonded Broken Bow as well. Where they get the blessing and adroitness of weaponry. So although I'll be a little bit better at stabbing shit.
And Blessing of the Broken Blade. What was that specifically?
Excuse me. William, you're the one who built this pledge. Hmm.
I don't.
Yes.
I don't remember what the blessing does.
Onto the broken bow. Blessing of the broken blade. It's the merit. It's the it's the token merit.
Oh, the token merit? Gotcha. Yeah.
So that will
absolutely.
have to be fulfilled over the course of the time.
Right. Yeah. So that will get activated as it goes down.
Gotcha.
Yes, indeed. So yeah.
Basically, the pledge says that they are getting that merit as soon as it's available. Basically, as soon as the token can be made.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Fantastic.
One more dot of weaponry. Nice.
Because it's a 2-dot token, which is why it's a +2 blessing.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So get them sworn in, and then we'll work on over the weeks. We'll work on we'll work on actually getting them their actual blades. And yeah,
Yep.
I'll give them what they need, what kind of a blade they need to acquire. Would that club work for keys?
I believe with the Squires of the Broken Blade, it has to be a
Has to be a blade
blade.
weapon?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it can be anything like Darashine will be able to use her rapier if she wants, things like that.
Yeah, get that done. And then after they've all left, I will also let them know that this will be this dojo will be an active HEMA like dojo, so we can that way we can have an excuse to be carrying our weapons in public. And he says,
there you go.
tossing them all, the ones that have weapons already, tossing them like a official like sword carrying case.
It's got like a little logo sewn in it or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then also that'll be a place for it that we'll be able to train, just train our weaponry skills as needed. So
very cool. All right. Amazing.
And I'll check in with the rest of the motley after that.
Okay. So, Paige, you had gotten a text about dinner and a conversation.
Yes.
Was anybody else looped in on that, Lark? Or is that meant to be a...
That is a Lark wants to talk to Phage, like
Okay.
the two of them.
Gotcha. All right, then. I believe that puts us at this area then, where Phage is, I believe, planning on showing up at the mansion. What are the rest of you involved or intending to do? Start with Megan.
It depends. Where the hell am I?
You have just concluded auditions. You are at Lark's mansion, seated in the living room with Lark and your girlfriend and Barnaby.
Okay. There's someone else. I've been busy. I need to think about that for a second.
Okay.
I'll work off what
Liz.
other people say.
Where did you get dropped? Crack house?
The crack house. I have barricaded myself once again in my workshop, working away on that project.
Okay. Go ahead and you can give me a dexterity and crafts. I think you only need like 1 or 2 more successes to finish this up.
Yeah. Dexterity. And...
Any specialties? Hey, look. Yep. Put the finishing touches on this thing that you've made out of broken dishes shards primarily, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Correct.
And you have a finalized product.
Okay. I call Akujin.
Okay. Akujin, who has stepped away from his chair.
Yeah. Dang it.
Right. Ring. Ring.
I answer.
Yes.
Hi, is my car fixed?
I check my texts.
Yeah, they're like, it's pink and ready to go.
Yep.
Great. Can you bring me to it?
Yep.
I'm at the crack house.
Be there in a minute.
Okay.
What type of car was that again? Because I don't have that in my notes. Does anybody remember?
It was like a safe sports car, I think is how it described. It's like
It was like no, it was an older muscle car.
yeah, something.
I remember that because we were talking about how durable those things are.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Was it like
It was like a
Camaro?
Chevy.
Yeah.
It was like a Camaro or something like that.
I had recommended the Camaro, but I believe there was a different one that was actually picked.
Yeah, I didn't write that down. I just
What did you
Camaro.
you guys go
Impala?
with the Impala?
I think
Was
it was
it
the
the
Impala.
Impala?
Yes.
You guys
Yes, that
went
was
with
it.
you went,
So
you
not
guys went with
actually
the
muscle car.
supernatural car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes, they went with the supernatural.
Muscle
car, yes.
adjacent.
Close enough. If you Google
Like-
classic muscle cars, Chevy Impala shows up in the list. It's good enough for me.
The older models were muscle cars. The newer ones are not.
Yeah, no, like the current ones probably aren't. But you
Less
know,
of a
what
muscle
is these
like
days?
an ACL car.
Yeah, the newer ones are just sedans.
Jeremy, fuck you.
Just full-size sedans. But yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
I've been hanging around Craig way too much.
Apparently.
But yeah, no,
Regardless.
the 1967 Impala was much more of like a muscle car line than the
Mhm.
current iteration.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So yeah. So
So yeah, I will bike
mhm.
over. I will bike over to the crack house,
okay.
which sounds like I'm riding a
Hey.
bicycle, not a motorcycle.
No. My image was you on a unicycle.
Playing bagpipes, dressed
Yes.
like Darth Vader.
Serial
Yes.
killer with the mask, sword like hanging off one side, like sparks on
Right,
the
yeah,
ground.
dragging on the
Yeah.
ground,
Exactly.
sparking off the asphalt.
No, you gotta.
I love this.
You gotta get. Oh god, what were those big ass early bikes?
Velocipedes.
Yeah, a velocipede. The
Right.
sword doesn't drag.
Right.
Yeah.
Regardless, you arrive at the crack house. You hear Liz, you hear the motorcycle pull up.
Oh, okay.
It's not subtle.
I head outside holding the shield in front of me.
Describe what Akujin sees you carrying out then.
It's like the classic heraldic, like shield like that
Kite
sort of
shield
like
kind of? Yeah. Oh, with the scoop
shape
top
with the,
and
yeah,
right, mhm, okay.
and pointy. It's about as big as her, I think. She's trying to make it big and impressive looking. Made out of all of the shattered ceramics that Butterfly had destroyed 2 days ago or something.
It's been a minute. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like pieced together in mosaics so that all of the like I'm imagining like a flower sort of pattern.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit
probably.
of floral edging around the dishes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sort of in width around the border, but the inside is all just like blank white. She's holding that.
It's a little lumpy in places because dishes are not,
Yeah.
perfectly flat
Uh-huh.
things, yeah, but it's very clearly I have made a craft. It's a shield made out of dishes.
Liz, what do you have there?
Hi. This is for you.
Akujit is mentally desperately trying to reeling back through his memory to find if there's been any mention of this being made, the reason for it, or anything.
Wits
at
and
all.
empathy. Wits and empathy, and then intelligence and actually no, intelligence and resolve first, and then wits and empathy.
He is desperately trying to piece together this puzzle rapidly.
Sure, I'm not gonna help you with that.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
This is
Zero
funnier.
success on the
You
intelligence
cannot
resolve.
remember Liz ever no conversation that you have had with Liz in the last 3 months has a line that leads to this point.
Do I need to make the other rolls?
Wits
still,
and
or
empathy,
no?
though.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Because now you're just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here. What is the intent? How is this justified?
Am I about to die?
What did I do to deserve
One
this?
success.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mara.
Yeah.
Liz has seen Oxygen take scraps of shit and turn them into weapons.
Mhm.
Maybe he can take broken shit and turn it into armor.
Yeah. It's also like Liz is desperately wants you to like this. I think is what you would get.
Oh yeah, that's very evident. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Liz. I appreciate it.
Thought you could hang it up in the Knights Need a Shield.
He'll reach out with a hand to see if he can take it.
Yeah.
And he'll take it. Is there
Sure.
like an arm strap on the inside?
Yeah, it's like a functional.
Yeah,
He
like
will-
you could
he
you
will-
could wear it. Like I mean, if anything hits this, it's just gonna break it further.
Yeah,
but
but-
it's wieldable.
I don't have an elemental contract with ceramics, so I can't reinforce this. I will.
Congratulations, you're protected from flying crockery.
I will. He will with a straight face that I am not able to that I am not able to have, but his face is made of metal, so he's really good at it. He will adjust. He will lift up the carrying case for his sword and slide the shield up so that it's basically resting on his shoulder, being held there by the sword. And then reach out to give Liz a hand onto the bike. Just like instantly like putting it up and on in where you would put it if you were hanging a shield off your back.
Right, yeah. Right. Yep.
So, thank you, Liz.
Okay. And you guys head off to a garage.
With as much genuine thanks as he can muster. It sounds exactly
Amazing.
the same as everything else he ever says.
I mean, fair.
This is his. Oxygen constantly operates at max sincerity. It just doesn't sound that way to normal people.
I am going to talk to you while we're driving.
Oh no.
I will respond to whatever I hear. Because we're on
Okay.
a motorcycle.
I know.
Wits and composure -2 for Oxygen.
I'm excited
One
for
success.
Liz to be set to say something like, "I have a really good idea," and you can't hear the rest, and you just think it was probably a good idea, so you just say yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The sort of I can't really hear you, so I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah.
Yep. No, you make out the majority of the conversation. What is
Okay.
Liz asking or discussing with Oxygen?
This is going to say, so I don't want you to freak out because things
Great opener.
That-
Keep going.
yeah,
Right?
So don't
That-
freak out, but
are going to happen. It's very hard to tell if something is going to happen or when it's going to happen or how or why or where, unless it's really close to it, because like a million things can affect it, like the butterfly wing flapping, if you've heard of that.
Oh no.
Yeah, butterfly effect.
shit, we're all gonna end up in a movie with Ashton Kutcher.
Listen,
I was
there are
waiting for it.
Please
That
don't
could
please
happen.
don't elongate the U on his name.
But it's more fun that way.
Let's
there are worse things that happen. You could be in one of the sequels. One of the 2 sequels.
Is the butterfly effect a horror movie?
I would call it a sci-fi thriller.
Yeah.
Psychological thriller.
so
at
not-
best.
The first one's actually not bad.
So not one that Adele and Akujin would have been in.
No,
No.
Okay.
No slashers in at least the original.
But yeah, so
I saw Phage's death. Dead. I saw her dead. There were people around, a lot of people. Something connected them. I couldn't tell what it was. They all had pointy, sharp objects. We're not fighting one enemy.
never thought we were.
Okay, but how do you deal with the cloud of gnats with the sword?
You light the sword on fire.
What if there's a gas in the room?
That'll
Then
deal
you-
with the gnats.
Then you get out of the room. There's always a solution.
Okay,
We just have to find it.
that was a stupid question.
No, not a stupid question. We just have to find the right solution. The right flaming sword, or the right door to leave through.
That was a mistake. Can I get off here now? Please stop. Stop.
No stops.
When do you let Liz off then?
When we're at the garage.
Okay.
to pick up her own vehicle.
Just
Yeah.
when we're at the place she needs to go to get her car.
You slow down to about 20 miles an hour and just strong arm off the back.
Lissa's is going to try and get off.
Tuck and
Of the
roll,
bike.
tuck and roll.
Okay.
Are you actively going to throw yourself off the back of a moving motorcycle?
If we get to, there's got to be a point where it like slows down at a light or something like that. Yes,
Roll me
I
a
am.
D10, Liz.
Okay.
There is a 70% chance, I will
Oxygen-
say, that there's a...
Akujin is familiar with Liss's impulsive decisions to eject herself.
Yeah.
And will run red lights.
Oh boy.
Okay. In that case, there is a 30% chance that traffic will force Akujin to stop at some point.
I got an 8.
You got an 8. All right. There's a point. 1 point within this traverse where
Okay.
there's enough of a slowdown that you feel like, yes, I can jump off here.
Okay. I would like to jump off there.
I
What was the question for your storyteller? Because I didn't hear it. What
Yeah.
was the last thing Liz said? Did Liz say that this was a stupid question or something? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This was a stupid idea.
This was a stupid idea. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll say strength and athletics versus dex and athletics.
to try to catch her.
Unless your dex is higher, Akujin, and you'd rather use that.
No, it's definitely not.
I really want Liz to succeed, but also I really don't.
Oh no.
Oh god.
It's a double failure.
Rollies! Rollies! Each of you roll a d10. Higher wins.
If
Okay.
it matters, if
no.
it matters, I got more ones in my roll.
Nope.
I got a 3.
I got a 3.
God damn it!
So I would propose
Did we
All
wreck
right.
the bike?
my
Is that what happened?
biases on how I want this to go about which is Liz succeeding aside. Legitimately, I would propose that it is a lot easier to throw yourself off a bike than to turn around and grab
Oh
someone
no, absolutely.
who is pushing off of a bike.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I think she counts as the defender in a tie.
Yeah, Liz would be the defender on this one, technically, most likely.
Yep.
So yeah. So yeah, there's a pause, and all of a sudden you feel the back of the bike pop up a little bit as Liz doesn't weigh a ton, but she weighs something, and her weight is no longer on the bike.
Yeah. And the bike just skids to a halt. As I try to see if Liz didn't. I checked to see if Liz died or not.
No, she didn't.
Okay,
I'm pulling out my phone
Liz.
and I'm
The shop's right. over
calling
there.
Megan.
Oh no. Why am
Megan,
I
your
getting
phone
brought
rings.
into this? Oh. So yeah, I'm assuming this is like right around as everything's
Sure.
finished up.
Why not?
I'm gonna get off the road and hopefully
Sup,
get
Liz?
Liz off the road too.
Oh, this is on the sidewalk. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Hi, I need to tell you something.
Okay.
I saw something, and I saw a possible future, and in that future, Phage dies. There's a crowd of people. I don't know what it means exactly. There's something similar to all of them. I couldn't see it. But I'm not good with crowds of people. And
No, fair.
I thought you should know.
Okay, can I ask something? Why just me instead of in a group text?
I had to call, not a text.
She also had to jump off my bike to do it. Apparently, you hear from.
Yeah, you could probably hear that at this point. Liz is like crouched down and like she's not moving while she's doing this, so you can be like right there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, a crowd. So it was a crowd of people.
They had.
So anything else you remember? Is it night,
There were
day?
Couldn't tell. That wasn't what I was looking at. They're carrying sharp things, and she was dead on the ground.
All right. Well, what kind of ground was it? Was it like the street? Was it like?
It's not literal.
Okay, well, you didn't say that. You said it was a possible future.
Yeah.
I assumed you saw like had some time travel like vision prophecy thing that showed what. Okay, so it wasn't. It's not literal. Okay,
I
fair
don't
enough.
time travel. I dream.
We'll get into the metaphysical realities of time travel later.
That's also why she didn't text. It's Doctor Who rules. If you read the result, then that future is fixed.
I mean, that's fair.
Right.
That's absolutely. Okay. Well, we'll do our best to make sure that doesn't happen. I appreciate you telling me.
Are
you okay?
I'm fine.
Zakajin okay?
I will look up at Akajim at that point.
He has pulled
I
out.
will hand you the phone.
He's pulled out a cigarette and lit it and gave him the phone. Hello.
Stop. Everything good?
Liz tried to throw herself to death. Fortunately landed fine, it looks like.
I mean, that's par for the course with this group, so.
Yeah. Yep. I got told the thing you just got told while riding on the bike,
cool.
So we both know.
Awesome.
Did you come up with anything more solid than we'll do our best?
Not yet.
Lark and Alana, you're hearing
like
Megan's half of the conversation.
Good, good news, by the way. Everybody now knows, except maybe Phage.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, Alana's just sort of. I was waiting to cut in for Alana to just be sitting across the room, just like making aggressive eye contact. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So
It's cool. She's coming over soon. I can tell her.
That'll go well.
Yes, tell the person the prophecy is about the prophecy. That's never gone poorly.
So
All right, are you guys coming over
Practice being
here
sarcastic.
or?
I was taking Liz to get her car. It's fixed.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if that's still happening.
Well, I can
but
see you guys when I see you guys, I guess.
yep.
Cool.
Keep an eye out.
Say
for
bye
shit-
to Liz.
Keep an eye out for pointy things.
I will. Hang up.
Listen, hold the phone back. We
The fuck?
to Liz. No one's gonna have an immediate answer for you, Liz. It takes time.
I know. That might not be immediate anyway. That could be far in the future.
Even if it was in the next 5 minutes, we still wouldn't be able to resolve it now.
Yeah. I had to tell her now. Sorry, I jumped off the bike.
That's fine. Just I don't know why you couldn't have made the call while you're on the bike.
The wind.
You gestures at himself. You have the world's largest windbreak in front of you.
Oh.
It's hard for me to hear you because of the wind, but you could just nestle into my back and be fine.
Speaking of Phage, where is Phage right about now?
And let's pull back.
I forget where she was last.
I mean, you dropped Liz at the crack house, and then you'd gotten a call saying, "Hey, dinner tonight," but that was, there's a couple hours still
Yeah.
before the scheduled dinner time.
I think dumb thing, but it is what is driving her right now. She will go to Paige's house.
The apartment?
Yeah.
Okay. 24 ninjas jump you on the way. No, just kidding.
It's fine.
It's three. It's
It's
3
fine.
dozen.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
3 dozen or 2 dozen is
ninjas have
fine.
no martial
Right,
arts
yeah.
power.
One
Right.
ninja.
One ninja would be
Yeah.
a bad thing.
We just lost
Ninjas-
Phage.
Right.
Ninjas only have 10 dots of strength and weaponry between them. So one
Right.
ninja has all 10. 12, 2 of them have no dots.
2 of them are actively dead. There's just 2 dead ninjas on the ground. Look, we brought them because we had to make numbers, okay?
Wow, the conservation of ninjutsu.
Yeah, you post back up to the apartment. Go ahead and as you park, roll weird for me.
Ah, yes.
You say that like you know what it means.
No, I say that like, yes, the weird shit roll. Let's go.
Weird means weird. What else do you need to know? And now we wait.
There's plenty 0 successes.
Nothing
Oh.
weird happens at all.
You walk inside.
Doesn't sound like one of our games.
You guys are on the 4th floor. Elevator is working.
How many murderers are in the elevator?
Elevator's not open yet. It's just working. That's all I said.
I didn't
She
ask if
takes
elevator
the
was
stairs
open, just
anyway.
if it
She's
worked.
going to take the stairs anyway? Okay. Don't worry. The only person who gets attacked by ninjas in stairs is Daredevil.
I am 90% sure John Wick.
Okay, fair.
At least one movie. It had to have.
But what is John Wick if not Daredevil who can see with a gun? Don't think too much into it. It only goes so far.
Daredevil doesn't have a dog.
Um,
Does
Oh, Daredevil does have a Karen Page.
Does
oh my
Daredevil
god.
does
you
Daredevil have a
asshole.
wife?
I was gonna say Daredevil does have a Karen Page
Fuck.
or an Elektra or
None
Anyway,
of those
before
are
we
wives.
get too far in the weeds regarding the inspiration for the Ninja Turtles in the first place, Phage, you make your way up to the 4th floor, open the apartment door. It feels empty. Like if you've ever walked into a place where you're used to there being a person and that person
it's
is
a situation where a place that has previously been a home is now a liminal space.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it.
Skin and Rink flashbacks.
She walks her way through and just sort of takes in the entirety of the apartment, just sort of looks around, looks into every room as if something will manifest just from her watching, but even though she knows it won't.
Roll me wits and composure.
When does Phage slip into the back rooms?
Aren't off weird. One success.
A flurry of movement catches your eye out the window.
She'll walk over and open the window for Drummond.
It's not Drummond,
It's 12 ninjas.
but there are a series of ravens perched on the roof line across the street.
Hey there, lads.
Best you can tell, mundane ravens. These are not, Drummond is about half again as big as most ravens in this city.
Yeah.
Ravens are not super well known for flocking in numbers. It's comparatively more common to meet them in 2s, 3s, maybe 4s. 1, 2, 4, 8. 8 ravens.
God,
lined up.
What the hell was the rhyme about the ravens? How many was 8?
You're gonna have to narrow that down. There's a few
This is-
Well, there's one Raven rhyme, but
It's like one for a murder or whatever. Like I forget the case.
oh, that's crows.
That's crows.
That's counting crows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, to be fair, many people have difficulty distinguishing from ravens.
Yeah,
and
one
crows
one
at
for
glance.
sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for
Joy,
love.
3 for
Mm.
girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for yeah.
Phage is like, why are there so many crows over there?
Or rather, that one was about magpies. The raven one is 1 for sorrow, 2 for luck, 3 for a wedding, 4 for death. Yeah, etc. 10 for the devil's own self. Yeah.
No, the quantity that is associated with ravens is simply nevermore.
Nevermore. Right.
Yeah.
A nevermore of ravens.
Yes.
And yet we keep getting more.
So
Yeah,
that's what
so-
Phage sees.
Yeah, she looks out. Hey there, lads. Give Drummond my regards, she says. And she will. Ravens are carrion birds, yes?
Oh, yeah.
Do they eat bread or is it just meat?
Oh, no, they'll eat whatever they can get their hands on, pretty much, despite the
she'll-
fact that they don't have hands. They'll eat hands if you let them.
She'll walk over to the
Scavengers.
cabinet and grab a piece of bread and just like mash it and crumb it across to them.
Hey, watch. couple of them ruffle their feathers. And you see them do the head turn, because birds usually don't look straight at things most of the time. And they're just watching right now.
She nods and shuts the window after tossing them something.
Yeah. But they're still camped out on the other side of the street, but they see what you left there.
Yeah. She just sort of stands in the middle of the apartment, taking it in. This place won't be empty forever. And she leaves and heads to the mansion.
Okay.
Soon we'll fill it with bodies.
Hey, if you need to fill a space, there's worse things you could fill it with.
Eventually, the landlord will sell it. Will rent it to someone else.
And
But-
then it's their problem.
All the bodies? Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
But yeah,
You arrive at the garage, Akajin and Liz do, and the Impala has been fixed. The glass has been replaced, those bits that were fractured and broken, with the requested faint pink tinge to the shading. It's also been painted a matching bright pink, with a little bit of like pin line flame detailing around a couple of the wheel wells, with a little deeper magenta ombreing out from that. Subtle, evident, but subtle. Kind of like somebody was trying to mash up your standard Hot Wheels, but make it Barbie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's what it looks like right
This is
now.
everything I ever wanted. Excellent.
All right, Liz. Drive it safely, please.
Will do.
Carlos sticks his head out. Hey, Chief. Hope it looks okay.
That list is okay.
It looks great.
And then thumbs up to Carlos.
This is the garage Carlos, by the way, not the Carlos who's in your gang. This is a different Carlos.
Okay.
Right.
Carlos, who runs the chop shop.
Right.
Carlos,
Yeah.
who runs the
Garage
shop.
Carlos. Garage Carlos, not Los Terranos Carlos.
Next.
They're pronounced differently. One of them's Carlos and one of them's Carlos.
I get in the car and turn it on.
One of them is Car Loss, and the other one is Carl OS.
The latest from Apple. Yeah, no, he rolls to life.
I'm gonna head out.
Okay, where you going?
Back to the crack house.
Okay.
I'm going to settle up with Carlos and also point him in the direction of some some very expensive vehicles that I saw on the way here that definitely could be lost to their owners.
Okay, fantastic.
Because we don't ask them to do something like this for free and then not also give them something else.
Yeah, how many dots of resources does Saganjin have?
3.
Yeah, you got plenty. You've got enough liquid to cover what Carlos would ask you. Okay.
And then also set them up with some
Right, and set him up with some new prospects,
So-
shall we say?
some new merchandise to flip.
Right.
And then I will
Back at the mansion.
was I told that there was a gathering at the mansion? When I talked to Megan briefly?
no,
think-
because there hasn't
no.
been a gathering. We've been there we've just been there doing auditions, not a gathering.
No, but Megan didn't mention the dinner at all. I couldn't remember if that got.
Lark did.
No, because
It's
Megan,
Mark-
Right.
Lark was the one who did. Right. Okay.
But it's just Lark and Phage. It's
yeah,
not-
Megan. I don't
Yeah.
think Megan knows that
I
there's
don't
a
think,
dinner
I don't think
because it's not a
anyone but
gathering.
Lark and Phage know that's happening.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I mean, at some point, Lark will mention it to Barnaby and ask if she can have some time with Phage that evening.
Dinner with the queen. Set out the best china. Yeah. I'll be in touch about the market.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
thank you for absolutely everything.
Barnaby. Sorry to interrupt here, but
No, you good. Yeah.
if you find anything out about Addie, will you let me know?
Yes. Nope. That's on the list. Can do. Well, you have a lovely evening, sweetie. And I will let you all know if I find anything pertinent and or relevant. I'll call you in the morning, see how you're feeling.
Yes, we still need to go to the goblin market at some point.
Yes, we do. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna head out. And call me if anything disastrous happens. Or if you're bored. Either one.
All right. I'll call you when the next near-death experience happens.
Yay! We love those. We must, with the number of them that we're confronted with on a regular basis. And he will head out. He will try 4 times to start the pickup. It will start on the 4th try. And then he drives away.
Lark is going to order food from Phage's probably top 5 restaurants and have it delivered there.
Sure.
Like a ton of it.
Yeah. At least 2 of those restaurants are owned by Joey.
I figured.
Gotta be.
Only places that supply enough food.
Well, Joey doesn't make every type of food.
I wasn't talking about type. I was talking about quantity.
Oh, well, yeah. No, most restaurants, it's hard to over quantity a restaurant most of the time.
Phage's favorite restaurants are the ones that do large catering orders on short notice.
Right.
Pretty much.
Lark will mention to Megan and Alana that she kind of wants some time with Phage.
That's perfectly fine. We were gonna get out of here and go to Megan's anyway.
Good. You guys go spend time together.
Should we flash back to just after that phone call so you guys can get relevant information?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do that real quick.
Okay.
No, valid.
Thank you.
Yep. So yeah, Megan hangs up with Liz/Oxygen.
So what the fuck was that?
Liz had a vision that Sage dies at some point.
Vision or dream?
Tell me the difference. Because there's not really one with Liz.
I mean, vision is like just straight up seeing into the future, and dream can be interpreted in many different ways.
Yes, it was dream. It was not a
Was she conscious at the time?
sight. I don't know, probably.
Because if she was conscious at the time, that's my definition of vision. There's things that changelings can do to get glimpses on purpose.
She said it was metaphorical. Or not. That's not the word she used, but you know what I mean.
It was not literal, was the words that she
We
used.
can always find more details from Liz whenever we talk to her, but okay. The
which
queen
frankly
is in danger, which
frankly makes sense to me because she jumps in front of every fucking threat that's out there. Yes,
Phage does, yes.
Yes. So I don't know. I'm not going to try to convince him not to do it anymore because he's not listening to me. If you can try to reason with her, I would.
Sure.
I would really like her not to die, but
okay. I'll talk to her, okay? No promises.
I haven't been around long, but from what I can tell, she really listens to you. So
yep.
What, me?
yeah.
Okay.
She may
sure.
not
Let's-
listen 100% and follow instructions, but she values your opinion.
She
Greatly.
listens to you more than she listens to, for example, me.
Or me.
Granted, I am not as good at it. I hold my reservations until I start yelling. So
That's an interesting point, Barnaby says, who at this point in the narrative has not left yet.
right.
Based on her behavioral patterns, you could say that Phage is a respecter of tenure.
You're not wrong.
I don't know if that's conscious or subconscious or just correlated, but still, for what it's worth.
I acknowledge I don't go about it the best way. But I feel like we explained it rationally at some point. And then no longer rational had to be the next step.
As I said, I'll talk to her.
Fair
It's
enough.
all I can promise.
Absolutely.
Well, like they say, you can accomplish more with a kind word and a shillelagh than you can with just a kind word.
I like that. I like that version.
I don't want to, I don't want to sound, I don't want to overstep here. I am new.
Overstep,
Ish.
hon.
You're fine.
How accurate have Lys's visions been?
That would be a question for them.
Trying to remember the last time. This is out of character. I'm trying to remember the last time Liz had a vision.
Same, honestly, because it was like last season, I think.
Generally
Yeah.
speaking, Lys's visions have been highly important, but metaphorical and cannot be taken.
But
at face
metaphorical,
value.
correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
And they have been accurate.
Many
They're accurate. They are more accurate the closer we are to the event, with the less amount of things we can do about them.
Yes. It is the equivalent of it's the equivalent of pulling a death card in tarot. Does death mean death? No, death means change. But you know what? Sometimes that changes death.
It's death.
Yeah, no, Lark, to your knowledge, the most accurate, like literal of Lys's premonitions was the prophetic dream that she got with Sunset Blue about the Winter War. Because that
Okay.
one literally was like events transpiring like they were on film, based on what you guys could see. But that was a one-off,
Yeah.
I believe, if I'm recalling correctly.
Blue?
You had a prophetic, yeah,
Oh,
no,
I
you
remember
I had
went
a
this.
you went
prophetic
and
dream
spent
with Sunset Blue that was like with a whole bunch of like machinery and stuff, but that was way at the beginning and was not.
the
she running.
machinery was
That was something
the
else.
nexus point. That was not the prophetic dream.
No.
That was the jumping up. That was the Grand Central. That was Union Station for getting on the dream train. Once you were actually in the dream and the streets were snowy and the lady had her fingers cut off and they jumped in the dumpster and shit like that and the blade and the stuff was left behind. That best you could tell literally transpired beat for beat during
And
the
I
Winter
couldn't
War.
tell anyone.
And you couldn't tell anybody for a whole last month
So terrible.
Lark,
because your storyteller's an asshole.
Lark, and I don't care if I don't remember how much of this has been expressed and how much isn't. So if I say things that have not been actually expressed, please let me know. You've had some things you've seen, right? How does any of that potentially line up?
Oh, you mean in dreams?
Yes,
I mean, it's very like
of course. But we're doing metaphor telemetry here.
I mean,
Points is good.
does it predict the future? Yes. But in a weird way.
You can give me either intelligence and occult, Lark, or wits and investigation.
I'll go ahead and do wits and investigation.
Okay. Did you try and sort of piece together some disparate elements and put them into a cohesive
Oh,
whole?
3
Hey,
successes.
nice. Best you can tell, if and when you get this entitlement up and running, it's going to give you the ability to perceive significant circumstances. The more extreme, the more likely that you'll be able to pick them up. Generally with a little bit of detail and nuance as far as dangers that individuals will be in. It's not necessarily going to give you a direct, like, on June the 17th at 3 p.m., this person will be driving down a certain street and either will or will not hit somebody in a crosswalk. Probably not that specific. But the sort of thing where you can look around a crowd of people and say, the person who is the closest to a traumatic or dangerous or perilous circumstance is that one. And it's probably this sort of thing, like a house fire. You'll be able to tell the difference probably between a house fire versus a fatal accident versus involved in a significant crime. There will be some categorical
Attempted
breakdowns.
murder.
That might be a little too specific.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing seemed to be embodied by those various symbolic apparitions that you saw around the subjects during your time in the Echo Ellipse.
Okay. Yeah, to answer your question, it's more big picture rather than specific details. But it is accurate, or it can be. I mean, we should not take this lightly in any
No.
way.
No, of course not.
No.
Should we mention it to Phage?
Do you
I
think
feel you
it'll
need to-
change anything? Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I need to chime in here as the resident fantasy reader from high school. Telling the person in the prophecy about the prophecy is generally not a good idea. Especially written down in any way.
In my opinion, I don't think it would help anything anyway. And she has enough to worry about. It's something that we all know could happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, this calls Phage.
All right.
Then we will have to figure out how to
I mean, we can bring it up at a later point. I'm just
curb
saying
behavior.
right
Yes. We'll have to figure out how to try and curb behavior, challenge level impossible in some other way.
That's a good description of Phage. Challenge level impossible.
Not wrong.
And that is where
CR
we're going to
infinity.
take a break for the evening. And we'll come back at a dinner.
Those of you that are watching live, please stay tuned for these
Oh.
commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. A dinosaur story.
So, we return as Megan and Alana are getting their stuff together to give Lark the house for the evening.
Yep.
Alana very hurriedly packed a bag. She didn't really pack much. Lark,
Roll me a d10 for Alana.
okie dokie.
Wait, am I rolling or is she rolling?
Alana is.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard Lark.
6.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, Alana, you've got most of your kit together. You did, however, and will forget your toothbrush and one of the hairbrushes you should have brought with you. Those are the
Fair
two
enough.
things that are going to be missing. All right. Anyway, carry on.
Lark, before Megan and I head out, have you gotten any update from your lawyer about the dance studio? Because I think we're gonna need it.
Have I?
Not currently.
Not yet, but if you give me like till early tomorrow morning, I can get you an update.
Abercrombie
Okay.
hates this so much.
Also, I think I figured out some of that poem.
Mm-hmm.
I took classes in composition and everything, 8 to a beat, 6 to a measure. It's music in 6/8 time. I could figure out how to write that. I could figure out something we can put together to sing.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
And I can probably write. I haven't written for many instruments, but writing, I'm sure I can figure out how to write for violin.
Okay.
Important
I still need to
distinction. Does
call-
Cocklebur play a violin or a fiddle?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Right, no, he knows his own. Never mind. Okay, sorry. Okay, no, she still needs to call the other one though. It was Sally, right?
Sally Halfpence?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
No, it was.
Yeah, I still need to call Sally and let her
Right.
know. I think we're gonna start with those 5.
Okay.
I've completely forgotten the fake name Sal had now.
Can I see the paper real quick? The
Yeah, here. She'll hand it to her.
Is this the one, Mutterings of a Diviner's Chorister?
yes.
Okay. I will put that in your handouts. There you go.
That definitely sounds like a Fallout Boy title.
I panic.
Buy Panic at the Discount. Thank
Discount.
you, Shawnee. Take an
We love you.
inspiration, even though that doesn't exist in this game or rules system.
Give me a
We love you, emo rock bands.
Hell yes, we do.
So only 3 of us have to dance, but 2 of us need to sing. So one of us is gonna have to do both at the same time
By Panic at the Disco.
because we're gonna need someone to conduct, and I assume that's gonna be you.
I was assuming, yes.
Okay. I have a feeling we're not gonna be able to go with regular nails. Like, I
Right.
don't think
I
we can
forgot
just-
about that part.
I haven't.
No, it's yeah.
I will look at
We will
this
figure. Yeah.
more tomorrow when I get home. She'll just snap a picture of it real quick.
It may not mean literal nails.
I know. Everything's funky, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You have a good time with Phage.
You have a good time with Megan.
I plan to.
Did you pack everything you need?
Somewhere off in the rest out. She will.
I think I have everything.
Change of clothes, a hairbrush.
I have a
You?
hairbrush.
Deodorant.
Yep.
Toothbrush.
Yes, Mom.
Towels.
Okay. Just making sure.
Look, we already discussed, and I'm gonna have a drawer there, so if I forget anything, we will pick it up and I will leave it there.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not coming back beforehand. She will give Lark a hug, and if you need anything, call me.
I will.
But please don't need anything.
I'll be Paige will be here. I'll be good, okay?
She'll just sort of like she will give you that knowing look of just like, please do not need anything.
You only get a call if someone's dying, okay?
That's definitely not the rules of this group.
I mean, I don't know that that's not the rules of this group. It's just that this group, somebody's dying an awful lot compared to
No,
most other groups this size.
That's fair.
Oh, but if you don't want to be interrupted tonight, you might want to temporarily block Alyssa's number.
Why?
Because
Foiled.
She has a tendency to call at the absolute worst times.
Do not disturb. Got it.
Megan's phone instead will get called.
I mean, Alana's not answering. Who else are you gonna call?
She'll just call out for Megan and scamper over to the door and wait.
Yep.
All right. So 2 changelings leave and 1 arrives. Phage.
Changeling tender. Only one can leave.
My battle to the death senses are tingling.
Welcome to Motley Dome.
Everybody has to pull swords out of nowhere now.
Yep.
Can do. What, you mean the rest of you can't?
No.
Oh,
I mean, it's less that Akujin pulls a sword out of nowhere, and he pulls a sword out of a street sign.
yeah.
That's
The
true.
street sign is also gone now, but you know.
We always first I always just theorized that one of the unspoken powers of an immortal is that they have a sphincter of holding,
There
because
you go.
that is the only place those swords can come from.
No, I pull a sword out of nowhere. It was a stop sign. It was a street sign, and the sign was nowhere. And
Right, yeah. Welcome to nowhere. Anyway, Phage.
It was a celestial's head.
Yeah. You pull up to the mansion as 2 DoorDash drivers are sort of jockeying for exits. These are just the last 2 DoorDash drivers.
She's got a motorcycle. She'll just pick a spot that's not in their way.
Oh yeah, no, it's more just like they're both leaving roughly at the same time, having co-delivered, and are having to be like, oh no, you all right, are you heading? Okay, because I'm go. Oh, all right, there we go, and they go.
Wait for them to get out of the way. Come
Mhm.
in the park. Uh-huh.
And yeah, just walking up, you can already smell at least 3 different restaurants.
There might be just enough food. As Phage opens the door and walks in.
Oh,
So
thank
what's
you
the
for-
setup, Lark?
Oh, Lark is sitting on the couch currently. She's got containers of food just everywhere.
Yep.
She set herself up so she doesn't have to move a lot. So she's on the couch with like a container in her lap and one next to her. And then basically the rest of it is for Phage. And it is covering every surface and much of the floor.
So
2
you can
side
walk and
tables,
talk.
coffee table, half the carpet, you name it, it's got food.
Yes.
So you can walk and talk and never be far from food.
Lark's not going to be doing much walking.
No,
Lark
that's
got
why
stabbed
she's-
right here, like twice.
When did that happen?
Literally
Yesterday.
yesterday.
in game
In-game.
yesterday.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I missed it.
Lark is still healing. She's been healing for like 4 episodes.
It's been a long day.
Well,
there.
welcome to
Yeah.
World of Darkness. Takes a while.
Yeah, she'll walk in. Hey there.
Oh, thank you for not making me move. Hi.
Yeah, I figured that would be a problem. I also
Yeah.
figured that if I knocked, you'd assume I was another DoorDash driver.
Yeah, I've already had to get up for a bunch of them.
Do you want another hand with that?
Oh, no, I mean, like she motions to food.
No. Do you want a hand with the knife wound?
With the what?
Or the stab hole in your body? Do you want a hand with that?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, could you make it wider?
Yeah,
Park a car in there?
I can only do this so frequently, but I can probably give you another chance, as she will use warmth of the whatever the hell
Warmth of the blood.
blood. Yes.
Okay.
The healing one.
Yeah, 1 glamour and 1 willpower.
She just has to spend the willpower because it is someone that she has expressed her love for.
Mm-hmm. Wits, medicine, and spring mantle.
It's medicine. Spring mantle is 4. Two successes.
Okay. So how are you doing that? Are you removing 1 lethal entirely, or are you downgrading 2 lethal to 2 bashing?
I will downgrade 2 lethal to 2 bashing.
Okay.
Only
assuming
have
she
1
has 2
lethal now.
to downgrade.
Oh, I have 3 lethal right now. But now I only have 1.
Now you only have
Nice.
1.
Yay.
You're no
And you
longer the
still-
most injured person in the motley.
Yep.
Yay.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Phage just sort of walks over and very gently places her massive paw over the area of the wound, and there's just this sensation of warmth and the scent of freshly made food as the essence of spring causes the wounds to become less severe.
Thank you for that. Okay. I wanted you over tonight. I mean, because a lot of reasons, really. But also, you and I haven't been able to have time together for a while.
It's been a bit. There's been the whole spring thing, and also you've had your own things going on. It's been a lot.
Yeah, I've kind of been a brat for a while, but I'm
I
done
wasn't
with
gonna say
that.
it.
It's fine. I'm not happy with how I behaved, and as much as I love and absolutely love Alana, I'm starting to see how I behaved and how it was reflected on the rest of the group. Don't ever tell her I said that.
That's assuming she ever talks to me.
Nothing like becoming a parent to make you reflect on your own activities.
I'm sure she will. She's distracted with Megan right now.
I imagine.
I mean, tonight's like the first time they actually get to spend time together, so.
We'll sit down across and start tucking into food.
I know this is literally the worst question in the world right now. How are you doing? Mentally, emotionally.
She like wolfs down an entire sandwich in like 3 bites. And just gives her the kind of side eye that says, really?
I'm sorry, I saw that roll chat, and I just think Barnaby's spying on us now.
Nope, I'm doing other stuff. Ignore
Okay.
me.
Sorry.
Not spying, just hacking the NSA.
Not
Like,
well, apparently.
Lark
Not
just
well.
closes the laptop.
The kind of look that just says you already know the answer to that question.
Yeah. I mean, I had to ask it, okay? I- Sorry. Um, I don't even know where to start. I know that you have been through.
Sorry, we are ruining
Guys,
We're,
this
li-
conversation.
we're listening. We're listening, guys. We promise. We're listening. We're listening.
Sure, yeah. Uh-huh.
I can't look at that right now. Okay,
How
sorry.
dare you, Jack? How
Minimize
dare
the-
you
minimize the-
remind me that movie exists? Sorry, I'm done. I will be quiet now.
I can only do 3
Oh.
damage at a time with my sword, apparently.
I was gonna say, Oxygen is over here killing Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
See, that's the better one. Can you hack it while somebody's swinging a blade at your neck and you're getting a blowjob?
The fucking nope. I'm muting.
Anyway, yep. We've horrifically derailed this scene. We apologize to all of our audience and our and Holly and Shadi.
I never apologize.
I know. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to pick up where Lark was. Okay. I know the past 24 hours alone have probably been pure hell for you.
That's a word for it.
We will get her back.
Oh, I know. That was never in question.
We are all here for you, and I mean, I can't speak for anyone else, but Paige is one of us.
She will be when she comes back.
I mean, beforehand, I counted her as part of the motley. That's just me.
She'll have known the kind of things that I wanted to make sure didn't happen to anyone else by the time she gets back.
But she will be back.
And I'll have failed in keeping her safe.
You can't be everywhere at once.
Doesn't mean I didn't fail.
We all fail.
And that's the problem. Because when I fail, that happens, or people die.
You're not the only one that happens to. But how are things going? Trying to I guess trying to be queen through all this.
Well, if there's one thing I've got now, it's motivation.
Mhm.
I'm trying to coordinate and get everyone at least presenting their own ideas for how to deal with things and how to handle threats, and trying to facilitate everyone's own ideas on how to try and do something. That's why I scoured Spring Court and several other people to try and send you. That's why I'm getting hand forged iron made by Summer. That's why I've got a bunch of black powder stuff coming in. It's why I'm trying to do what I can to help everyone who's got something that they can do.
I think it will help you to, I guess, stay distracted, keep yourself busy. But don't forget to rest and take care of yourself at the same time.
I've been napping when I can. I don't think I'm going to get a full night's sleep in a long time.
That's fair. Just get as much as you can. I would say don't forget to eat, but I don't think that's a problem. Motions to the food.
Page has already demolished a significant fraction of. You never have to worry about that one. That's literally part of who I am at this point.
There is something that some of the others wanted me to bring up, which kind of goes along with taking care of yourself.
Don't start.
I am going to start. Because you're no good to any of us if you're putting yourself in danger all the time.
Like, I don't fucking know that. The problem is when there are people in danger directly in front of me and you're asking me to do fucking nothing.
Not asking you to do nothing. Obviously, you want to help. We all want to help. And I'm not asking you to run and hide. I'm saying if there's a moment for it, try to assess the situation and see if you need to be in the middle of it or if you're better off leaving that to someone else.
I'm already working on that.
Okay.
Part of why I'm trying to get as many people as armed and prepared and as facilitated as I can.
And I've got a group together now for my entitlement.
But when there is a danger immediately in front of me, if someone dies because I didn't intervene, that's a failure of mine.
You can't.
Give me a wits and composure, Phage.
Medicine, for non-composure. Three.
You hear an engine outside as a vehicle pulls up outside the mansion. One that you've heard this before. This is Ainsley Heath's car, one of your clavigers.
Okay.
It's got a kind of a telltale. You can hear a catch in the engine that tends to sound intermittently as it decelerates. You're pretty sure you recognize the vehicle. With that little reminder that your bodyguards do tend to follow you around, or at least figure out where you are and catch up.
Yep. There's a couple of those people that are trying to that are trying to put people that are trying to be there so that I don't have to be there. But they can't always be there.
I know. Let's just try to keep you safe and alive, okay?
Well, I've got no intentions of dying.
I don't think many people do. But you're no good to any of us if you die. You got to be the one to get Paige.
And I will.
Just, I don't want to say take a step back, but again, just let your bodyguards do what they're supposed to do. And remember,
Already-
Megan is one of them.
I'm already planning to do that. Please stop.
I'm just worried about you. And I know the others are too.
I get that. But let me tell you, every time you say it again makes me want to do it less.
Chocolate.
Because it's like you think I didn't hear you the first fucking time.
Sam, I'm sorry. What can I do to help you?
What you're already doing. You've got a plan. I'm just trying to make sure you can act on it.
Let me know if there's anything more that I can do for you. Please.
Just be aware and keep your eyes open. I'm trying to get so many disparate people to work together. I'm trying to build the infrastructure this freehold's literally never had, all while under assault. There's a lot of shit to do, and I need everyone to work with me on it.
Definitely haven't gotten it easy. Doing a lot more than many monarchs. Personally, I think you're doing a wonderful job.
I'm doing what I can. I'm trying to help others do what they can.
I get it. And while you're helping others, I want to be able to help you. If you need anyone to talk to about what's going on and what's going on with Paige right now, I am here. Because I know that helps sometimes.
Phage, your phone rings.
Look at the phone.
Regina.
Which one is that? Oh, yes. Answer it. Hey, Regina.
Hey, I have not heard a thing from Paige. She wasn't. Is she okay? Did you ever
I
hear
don't
from her?
know. She hasn't been back to the house.
She was. I didn't want to say anything ahead of time. She was off all day yesterday. Just, I don't know if something's going on or, but it's been 24 hours. Isn't this usually when we have to like call somebody?
Normally, yes, and probably a good idea. I don't know. I don't know if it'll help because I've yet to see any sign or anything for anyone to follow on right
Well,
now.
but I mean, that's what the police are for, right? To figure.
That's a keen optimism you got there.
Adorable.
I mean, look, I know what to do for a lost cat. Okay, this is not.
I will find her. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I
Let
don't
me.
know what's going to happen in the meantime, but I will find her.
Okay. Um. We do need to tell somebody though. I mean, like even if you don't think the cop, more eyes is better than less, right?
It is. Filing a police report certainly wouldn't hurt. Much, anyway. And if
And
someone
there's
sees
a
her,
beat, and you can tell she's like waiting for you to say, "I'm going to do that."
then... I'll do that when I can.
When you can. What what else do you have to do that's more important than that?
Things that might actually help find her.
She's gonna need to make a roll.
But yes, I will file one.
Regina, you do not have Theban sorcery.
No one ever does.
If she
Right.
Right.
did,
But what if she did?
Be a twist.
your NPC girlfriend's best like Bessie is actually a mage, and it's just like never has her
I mean,
own
if she
has her own
has
secret
success,
life
she
happening.
probably gets off of that Phage has zero confidence in the police. To do
Right.
anything.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much the read. Let me know if you need anything that I can help with.
Just keep an eye out for her. If you see her, obviously try and talk to her if you can, and if you can't, let me know where you saw her.
All right. She hangs up the phone.
And goes to file her own police report.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. If it gets filed, it gets filed.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence and politics.
1.
It does occur to you that the disappearance of Paige Cortez is likely to hit some level of public awareness that your average person off the street might not. She works at City Hall.
She is a public servant.
She is at least tangential to individuals in power. That carries some, like, I mean, yeah, it's possible. I mean, World of Darkness, it's a crapsack planet. But on the other hand, there's still that calculus of somebody who works at McDonald's drive-thru goes missing versus someone who works in City Hall goes missing. There's going to be more attention likely paid to one than the other if everything else is constant.
Yeah.
Next week's episode of Crime Junkies.
Meanwhile, the cops are asking, why didn't Paige's longtime girlfriend file a police report?
That's exactly
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's how the Netflix true crime docuseries opens up. with
Yeah,
a
but there's also just too many
version
stories
of
that the person
girl.
who actually murdered this person files the missing person report.
Sure. The per-
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Anyway,
Yeah.
carry
Like-
on.
In real life, though, they're typically not also trying to secretly run a secret underground organization of mystical beings that are very desperately trying to keep
That
them out of
you
public
know
attention.
of,
Okay,
Sam.
you don't know every true crime case.
Just saying.
I was gonna say there are some that definitely that is the case.
I need that documentary.
It's called Wellington Paranormal. Watch it.
And she'll hang up. She'll after the phone hangs up, she'll look over at Lark. Actually, there is something you can do for me. Almost on the immediate. Can you call your lawyer?
Yeah.
Right now, click. He'll be happy. It's not in the morning.
Like soonish. And have him try and handle everything with the police regarding Paige's disappearance. Because that's one more thing that I don't want to deal with right now.
Totally not suspicious.
I will take care of all of that. You don't need to
They're
worry
not
about
going to be
any
able
of
to
it.
find anything, but
No.
it is worth at least putting it in.
Yeah, especially since, girlfriend not submitting police report, number one target.
Yeah, but girlfriend submitting police report and no one finding said girl is also putting a target on me. Fucking.
I know. You're screwed either way with these cases.
But
One
at the very
objectively what's worse.
at the very least, anyone who asks, I can say I told people who have lawyers to submit police reports while I was
No.
looking myself, which
It's
is
okay.
still absolutely true.
It's okay. Paige is white. The Hispanic people that she hung out with are going to be the ones that they pin the blame on.
That's also a fact. Though Paige is a white lesbian, at least as far as anyone else is concerned. She's bi as far as actuality goes,
But there is this Hispanic gang leader that hangs out near them a lot.
fair.
What I'm saying is Akushin's going to be the one arrested.
But yeah, I can definitely do that for you.
Thank you.
And then Lark's just gonna hug Sage. You need this.
What I need is for things to go right for once.
I understand that. Paige, I need to tell you something.
I
All right.
burned it.
Shut up.
I can't help it. Anytime anyone says, I need to tell you something, with a giant pause after it.
I'm starting to open up a little bit more about this. And I don't know how obvious it was before. But I was in love with Adele.
Oh, you finally came out and say it to someone. Oh, fair enough.
When did you know?
A while back.
Wits and empathy.
Which one?
Phage to see when
Okay.
she knew.
I mean, she in character and out of character noticed it like seasons ago.
No, you, the player, noticed it because Holly talks to you. It was never even remotely stated on stream before this season.
Now there were like moments that she was paying attention even on stream. It might not have been given a whole scene, but it was there.
I didn't know it until this fucking season.
Nothing on that roll.
If Phage knew it, it was fair. It was towards the end of winter. It was shortly before Adele's death, if not at the funeral, when she made the realization. At the wake.
A bit before everything went down.
The night of the attack, I was planning on telling her.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have crappy timing, I guess.
Don't we all?
I mean, I know it's not in any way like the same thing. I'm not trying to compare this to what you're going through. I'm just saying, like, I am here if you just need someone to talk to.
I don't even know what I can say about it. It's a situation where words fail me, which doesn't happen often, I gather, but
That's fair. And maybe in upcoming days, you'll know what to say. Or you can call me and I can just sit next to you in silence. I'm cool with that too. I'll always bring food.
I appreciate that.
Meanwhile, what is Liz doing? And
Liz is what?
And did anybody get Butterfly out of the mansion before Phage and Lark had dinner?
Unfortunately,
No,
no.
she's still there.
Oh no!
This would not have wanted to go back to the house, to the mansion, because that's no.
And
Oh,
Megan and Alana were not thinking about Butterfly.
Sorry.
Unmitigated disaster on
I'm-
the way.
So I need to make 2 rolls right
Yeah.
now.
I'm gonna say Lark forgot about Butterfly completely.
Yeah.
As is often
Only
the case.
1 on the stealth.
Okay.
Oh, right. To see
And-
if Barnaby noticed.
Huh? No.
just the sound of crashing.
Who on the
glass.
eavesdropping, though? Hmm?
Excellent. Beautiful.
Oh dear.
So at this point, there's a squeak of styrofoam as Butterfly stands up from behind the couch with her own food that she stole.
Lark
You're
jumps
cute.
out of her skin.
Hey there, butterfly.
What?
I need a nap.
How long have you been here?
Presumably the whole time.
Cool.
Since partway through season 1, when you found me at the market.
Yes! Yes!
And she walks into the kitchen.
We have our own Gwenpool.
Lark is calling Liz.
Aha! For once, Liz is on the receiving end of the call in the middle of the discussion.
Excellent. She does not answer.
And now Lark is on the other end of the no answer phone call.
She will text Liz.
The roles have
Okay.
truly been reversed.
You left something or someone at my place.
Or someone.
So yeah, Liz gets a text.
Great. Excellent. Liz went to her parents' house. She parked outside.
Oh no.
What time of day is it?
Oh
right
no.
Right about now, probably about an hour before sunset.
Okay. I would have driven around until the sun set.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, then darkened street, couple of street lights on,
Mhm.
interior lights at most of the houses, and you pull into one of the street parking locations outside of the house that you've been told is where your parents originally lived
Yeah.
around the time of your abduction.
Yep. While I'm in the car, I am going to try and use my Actually, can I retcon slightly and say I have gone by the house and picked up something first? Or the crack house?
The crack house? Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got
I
plenty of
picked
time
up
for
a
that.
pillow.
Okay.
Because I need that for the catch so I don't have to spend glamour on Cobblethought.
What are you trying to pull out of your own dream?
A house key. A house key for this house. So it is a specific object.
Well, we need to see if you've dreamed about this that you can remember to your knowledge.
Liz has been obsessing over this for
I will say,
quite a while.
I will say you can give me a wits and resolve. You need at least one success. You are at a -1, even with your obsessing over it.
All right. -1. I'm gonna spend willpower on this.
This is not something you can spend willpower on.
All right, cool. -1. 3 successes.
You have dreamed about a house key to this house, as best you can recall. Go ahead and contracts a dream. Cobblethought says
Dream of keys gone by.
Wits and weird.
intelligence and weird for Cobblethought.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the wrong one.
You are trying to get a very specific thing. So that you are at a -2 on your intelligence and weird roll. You can spend willpower on this if you'd like.
Okay, we'll spend willpower on this.
Okay.
So that is +1. Nope. Damn
you push into it and you can't quite grab. You're realizing that you have dreamed of a key to this house, but you didn't look at the key.
Mhm.
You know it's something that slid into this lock and turned the dream version of this lock and turned and opened it.
Okay.
You meet the catch. It is an instant action. You can keep doing it.
I will
Keep trying.
I'm gonna
On the
keep
flip
trying.
side, there are a number of keys just sitting on the ground. They're fist-sized and
Right? And
very hard.
Right. And you throw them at a window and the window's open.
That's
Yes.
loud though. I am
Picky,
gonna try
picky.
again.
All right.
This is gonna be at
Still
minus-
weird. Yeah.
List
mhm.
learned one thing
Two.
from Akujin. And it
Yeah.
was
Yep.
don't sneak into a
Yep.
house by breaking the window.
As far as repeated contracts go, just so you
Yes.
know mechanically,
Okay.
you get a retry at the same level.
Okay.
After that second retry, you start accumulating additional negatives until
Yep.
eventually it gets down to a chance die.
Okay.
If you just keep going.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try it though for this.
Okay. Are you spending another willpower or just regular?
Yes.
Okay.
I really want this to work.
Me too.
2 successes.
Hey.
You try again and you sort of pause in that memory, focus in on the moment of the dream, kind of like if you're scrubbing through a film and trying to find the point where in your memory of this dream you have the clearest image of the key, the most complete section. Focus, close your eyes, and you're literally sort of trying to mirror with your own body. I had it in this pocket, or whether it was around your neck or whatever. I pulled it out and looked down at it. And at that point, you open your eyes and you feel something tangible between your fingers, and there's a key. The teeth are indistinct. It's wispy around the edges. This is clearly made of dream stuff.
Mhm.
This is not metal, but it's still tangible. It is a manifested mental concept that has presence in reality. And there it is.
Okay. Before I lose my nerve, I am going to walk up to a side door and unlock the door and step in.
However,
Yes.
the image or object remains in reality for a number of turns equal to the number of successes obtained on the roll.
Not
You
very
are
long.
going to have to run.
I will run.
Okay.
Excited for the alarm to go off.
You dash up. Give me a dexterity and athletics to see if you can make this down under the time limit.
Ooh. I'm not good at athletics. Let's burn the last willpower. That sounds good.
You've got a seeming gift for dexterity pulls, remember.
I do. Oh, that's true.
If
can do
you
that.
want to employ that, up to you though.
Yeah. That's a good point. It's a glamour, I think, to spend that. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, I believe so.
Yep. I will spend that glamour. I
Okay.
got 9 again. So let me
Yep.
tab on the sheet here. All right. 2.
2 successes.
Yep.
Leap out of the vehicle, let the door just hang open behind you, honestly. Over the lawn, over a fence to where you have seen this side door is. Key in the lock turn, and it evaporates in your hand as you get the lock open. You are sitting with your hand on the doorknob of an unlocked door. Wits and composure first.
Okay.
Make sure your nightingales are turned off.
Yep.
Okay.
2 successes.
And you hear somebody moving inside. What do you do?
I step back and kind of like against the side of the house so that I am not in front of whatever window or any sort of people.
Okay, doing the thing where somebody looks out the window and you're hiding just below and
Yeah.
off to the side a little
Yep.
bit, kind of thing. Okay, Dex and stealth, +1.
Dark.
because of your positioning.
All right, I get 9 agains.
Uh-huh.
Excellent stuff. 3.
You hear a couple of footsteps nearby. And then they walk back off to the interior of the house.
I'm looking above to see if lights are still on, if they've turned them off in like the room that this door goes right into.
The
listening.
best you can tell, the door that this room goes right into does not have the lights on in it. They didn't turn it on. It's kind of like one of those sort of back end mudroom sort of areas where, you know, it's like a little bit of a ledge down. And then so there's a big wide open step up onto the linoleum of the kitchen and stuff.
Yeah.
And this is like a just slightly lower, probably more concrete slab, probably still with some sort of floor covering. But yeah. And a big, almost kind of a bay window looking out into the backyard, and then this side door at 90 degrees to the window.
Yeah. Do I have any memory of the layout of the house?
None.
Okay. All right. I will quietly open the door and step in.
Okay. One more dex and stealth.
2.
Okay.
What you
Very
do
quietly.
just before you walk in, put on a Halloween mask.
No. Do not.
Step in quietly, close the door behind you.
Yep.
Click. Very faint. You can hear a television playing kind of quietly towards the front of the house. It's not like turned up super loud. You are in a less lit room. And then there's that step up into the kitchen. A couple of like the under cabinet lights are on, but not like the big main ceiling one. You can see an island, counters, knife block, cabinets, fridge, all the standard kitchen stuff. And then looking around, there's kind of like a little half wall, and then an opening into the dining room that's directly adjacent. Couple hanging plants, about 6 seats around the table, tablecloth.
And this that's like clear. There's no doors in between places.
Well, and then there's walls on either one of those, a door from the dining room into the next room, which is shut currently, and then a hallway sort of going from the kitchen edge out towards the front of the house, where you can see a little bit of intermittent light as the picture on the TV changes, pointed out into the hallway.
Okay. I'm going to rummage around in my pockets for.
Okay. Roll me a single D10.
Okay.
If you succeed, something bad happens.
It's a 4.
Okay. Your phone, which you did remember to silence before you came in, vibrates as you receive a text. Or, well, there's actually vibrates in sequence because the call is coming through first.
Yep.
Right. Starts buzzing in your pocket. But
good.
what are you looking for in your pocket?
I am looking for a piece of paper and a pencil.
Okay. Yeah, you probably got that. And if you don't, there's some just sitting off to the side there by the landline.
Right next to the man holding the gun on you.
There are just normal people that live in this city.
Yes, and normal people, when people break into their home, might pull out a gun.
Yeah, but not if they rolled a 4, a 2, a 4, and a 3 on their wits and composure roll.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna stare at those for a second and then drop them back in my pocket because Liz doesn't know what to write and she's not good with words.
Okay.
Also, this is
She's-
Baltimore. Are there normal people who live in the city?
A
Yes,
few. There's like
there's
six.
a few of them.
I was gonna say.
It's not entirely populated by Baltimoreans.
And just gonna reach back in and I have in my various supplies of random shit that I keep around for no good reason. A right-handed work glove, some remains of some black-eyed Susans from when we visited the mate, that whole
Mr. Green
maze
and everybody.
yeah,
Yep,
that whole situation. And some raven feathers. I'm gonna stick them in the glove, like just sort of like a base situation.
Dead flowers, raven feathers in a work glove.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to sort of gently wedge it. There's like boots and stuff. This is mud room.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna wedge that
Just
in there.
leave these
Shove
people
that into someone's boot.
the weirdest magpie gift ever.
And then I'm going to open the door back to the outside again.
Give me a wits and composure.
Okay.
As Liz begins her campaign of terror in an attempt to scare these people out of the house so that she can buy it back herself.
You don't know what she's doing.
No, I know what she's doing, just not why.
3, that's fair.
You bend down, wedge that bouquet, such as it is, between some boots, stand back up and reach for the doorknob. And now that you're on this side with the light kind of from behind you, you catch a glimpse of your reflection. It tilts its head and grins at you, and you can see that jagged piece of wood emerging from the cheek, and it kind of twists a little bit as the smile widens. 3 inches, 6 inches, almost a full foot wide, wrapping around towards your ears.
Whose face is that wide?
You watch that
Chris Rock.
transformation happen. And then it reaches a finger out and touches the inside of the glass that it's on.
I reach out. And I'm trying to like,
You're trying to mirror the mirror.
yes.
Okay. As your fingers touch, there is the sound of a pane of glass cracking. Roll me dexterity and athletics.
Okay.
Well, bye, Liz.
You need a total of... Oh, wait, you've got 9 again right now.
Yeah.
So
I do.
it would
Almost,
too.
almost a foot. Okay, close enough.
Good news, it wasn't actually a mirror. Bad news, it was your neck.
You need at least 3 successes.
Ooh.
You don't know this is happening. This is a reflexive, so you
Yeah.
can't spend willpower.
Okay. Oh, come on. No, none.
Okay. We're going to stop there with lists then.
Forever.
So, Lark, you've sent a text. You didn't get a response back from that either.
Sure, she'll respond to me eventually. Where's Butterfly?
In the kitchen.
Paige will
Okay.
have followed after just to check on her.
What time is it right now?
Right now it's about probably, let's see, you said dinner at 7, I believe. So you're probably
Right.
at like 8 or so.
Too early, but I need to call him. She'll go ahead and call her lawyer.
Okay. Roll me a d10.
1.
Wow. Okay. He answers on the first ring, a hitherto unforeseen and never before experienced circumstance.
Never happened
It's
again.
weird what
Right.
happens when you call people in the evening.
thank
instead
you,
of in the
thank you,
morning.
thank
No,
you
I'm
for
good
putting-
for it.
Thank you for putting your desire
What?
to help Phage above your
Oh,
need to
it's
torment
you.
your lawyer.
Yeah, it's me.
What? Sure. You can hear television and shouting going on in the background.
I need stuff.
Don't we all? What can I help you with?
Okay. First of all, I need you to submit a police report
No.
for a missing person.
Hell no. Stay away from that sort of thing.
But I need you to do it.
Is this a person you know?
Yes.
Were you the last person seen with them?
No.
Can you prove that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Fine, I'll submit a... Yeah.
Technically, not even
We'll-
Phage was the last person seen
we'll
with her
tell
because
him
she was
who's
last seen at City
missing.
Hall.
No, it was, well, she was at work.
Yeah, she was at work. It was so.
So
it
there
was,
Is
are
this
plenty of
person
witnesses.
actually missing?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
yeah. So the last person
Sure.
Phage was seen with was one of her coworkers.
Yeah. No, she was last seen at work. They're like
Where's she work?
City Hall.
City Hall.
Oh, fuck. Rich people
Deal
always
with
know
it.
the worst people. God. Okay.
Okay. If you want to stay in my employment, you don't talk about one of my friends like that. And you do what I tell you.
Fuck the Yankees. Okay.
All right, beyond the police report, where are we on a dance studio I wanted to buy?
Oh yeah, no, I got a few of those.
Cool, thanks for calling me.
I mean, they're not finalized yet. I'd need to get a little bit of information together so that I can call you and then you can look at them and say, yes, this one. Unless you just want me to buy 3 dance studios sight unseen. I can do that.
I mean, I'm okay with that too.
All right, I'll do that. We'll get I'll send somebody over for notarized signatures tomorrow. How's that sound?
Okay.
You just buy 3
She's
buildings.
just buying 3.
No, studios, not
3
buildings.
studios.
Studios.
She could buy 3 buildings.
Jack.
You're getting the
Potentially.
CEO assortment pack.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Put
so
it-
you
Put another 10 on the O's. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
are you gambling?
Obviously.
All right, it's your own life you're destroying. Okay.
No, I got a good feeling about this game. I think we got him. on the run. They're only up by like 2.
I'm not paying you anymore.
Right. Yeah, no, just standard. Yep.
Yeah, okay. I'm just letting you know. If someone comes and like breaks your kneecaps, that's on you.
Please.
All right. Yeah.
That was my
calm-
cousin. Don't worry about it.
Call me tomorrow with the information on the
Oh yeah, no,
studios.
they'll probably drop by at like noonish or so. It'll just be mobile notary
Can
with
you have him
papers.
let you know when he's filed that report as well?
Yeah, call me when you file the report too.
Okay.
That means do it.
That means do it like now, okay?
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll run down the precinct.
All right. Thank you for doing as little as physically
Megan's on
possible.
duty, so. All right. Yep. I'll call you when it's done.
If you don't, I'll call you repeatedly throughout the night.
He may need to
I'll
actually
be
get
awake for a
information on who
while.
the
Yeah,
missing
no, it's
person
fine.
is at some point.
I'm sorry, what Phage say?
Phage's like he may actually need information on who the missing person is at some point.
Oh, she gave him all she gave him all the
Okay, that's what I'm
information.
saying. It might have been glossed over.
If
in the
you
scene,
say
but
so.
You,
If you
you
say
never,
so.
You never said Paige's name.
I glossed over that. I said she gives him the
Okay,
information
sounds good. Yep.
about, yeah.
Even better then, because he was perfectly prepared to hang out without any pertinent information.
All right, call me later.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Click.
When I tell you that we need a spin-off series of all the human characters surrounding this motley and how they go about their day.
She's
This is-
going
I want
to-
a bird gang one. It's my
Where everybody is
wish.
playing parts
Yeah.
of
I
Drummond's.
have a game for that.
That sounds
I'm
fantastic.
prepared.
Like I came up with a basically a Honey Heist iteration called Crow Boating, where you're all corvids that are doing smuggling in a harbor. Yeah, it's great.
Love that.
So you either crow or you
I-
boat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, not even like a whole human. I just want the wacky adventures of Abercrombie and Drummond, and we find out that secretly none of us know it because they would never reveal it. They are like the Felix and Oliver.
What I want is that whenever we eventually do a mage game, for someone to have for there to be an NPC tied to one of the mages that is also Lark's lawyer.
Yes.
Same NPC.
Just Abercrombie is
Oh.
also that mage's
All right,
lawyer.
there's a
If
couple
I
things
am-
that have to happen
Okay.
before we close for tonight, though. So
Sorry.
I'm going to break here for just a moment. Phage, Phage
You
and
die,
Lark
you
actually
die,
both.
you die,
Wits
you
and
die.
composure.
Okay.
Rapid series of off-screen deaths.
Yep.
Well, it's just like in Phage.
Well, yeah, you're on screen.
No, it's everybody
Okay.
but Larkin Fang.
Nice.
For both of us.
Phage, you had checked in on Butterfly and then turned back to sort of help field this phone call with Lark. Both of you hear from the kitchen a shriek of terror and agony.
Paige immediately turns back and goes to.
Lark
And
jumps
the
up. and-
shattering of glass
Uh-oh.
as Butterfly is crouched on the floor looking at a drinking glass that is now in shards on the ground, sunk down with her back against the cupboards. She's in the glass. 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 She's in the
Who's
glass.
in the glass? Butterfly.
Which
Butterfly.
glass?
We cut from there to a space surrounded by leaf and thorn and vine and briar. As a figure with far too many fingers on hands reaches down and pushes back the hood from a feminine face, hair lank, eyes staring off into the middle distance, a terrified expression on the face, and bits of wood and creeper and vine having managed to get their way almost all the way up to the left or to the right shoulder. And from below, it is just all wrapped with vegetation down to the jagged spike of wood emerging from the lower palm. Ah, my pet, there you are. Back awakened again, nice and fresh from the grave. We've work to do, love. The count is almost closed. And then, then the ritual and the ceremony and the reopening of the hunting grounds. And that is where we're going to close for the evening.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Good.